Tonight, for the first time on TV, we'll reveal the closely guarded secrets that psychics don't want you to know. The tricks they use to bend a spoon in two. Communicate messages from the dead.
I'm so proud of you, Mud.
And shatter glass with the power of their minds. You may think that it's real, but it's not. It's all just one big trick. This studio audience is about to be duped by 4 phony psychics who claim to have extraordinary paranormal powers. But you know the truth. And now you will know their secrets. Let's meet our first phony psychic.
My name is John St. Ives. I'm a psychic, and tonight I'm going to be using my abilities to demonstrate various aspects of psychic phenomena.
He begins by randomly selecting a volunteer
Plain deck.
and asking him to select a card.
All I want you to do, Nathan, I want you to take one finger, touch the card you want in the very middle, and drag it across the table. Do that right now. Pick one card, drag it very carefully to the edge of the table. I want you to hold that card very close to your body. In other words, Nathan, I don't want to see the card. I don't want the audience to see the card. Hold it close to your body. Look at the card. Make a mental note of what it is. Do you know what the card is now?
Yes.
Okay, now carefully place it in your pocket. At this moment in time, you are the only person in this building that knows what that card is, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to call a psychic. And all I'm going to do, when the psychic answers the phone, I'm going to say, "One moment, please," and hand you the phone. All right?
Yes.
Just expecting a call. Here we go. Hello? One moment, please.
Good evening. The card that you have selected is the 4 of Hearts.
Oh my
Show it to the
God.
audience. Show it to the cameras.
What the?
Thank you. A hand for Jason, ladies and gentlemen, our long-distance psychic.
So, how did the telephone psychic know that the card was the 4 of Hearts? The first secret is hidden in plain sight. The cards are marked. Tiny symbols on the back of each card reveal the card's identity to the psychic in the studio. The left flower indicates the card's number. The right indicates the card's suit. On this card, the bottom petal is replaced by a narrow line. This means that the card is a heart. On the opposite flower, the 4th petal is replaced by a line. This tells the psychic that the card is a 4. But how does he secretly pass the information to his accomplice on the phone? He speaks in a simple code that has been worked out prior to the call.
Ace, 2, 3, 4.
Hello?
Diamonds, hearts.
One moment, please.
When the accomplice answers the phone, he recites a list of card numbers. When he says the correct one, the psychic in the studio says, "Hello."
Ace, 2, 3, 4.
Hello?
Next, the phone psychic lists all possible card suits. When he's right, the psychic says, "One
Hello?
moment, please."
Diamonds, hearts.
One moment, please.
And in this case, the accomplice knows the card is the 4 of Hearts.
Hello? Hello.
The card that you have selected is the 4 of Hearts.
Show it to the cameras.
What the?
Thank you. A hand for Jason, ladies and gentlemen.
Now let's meet our second so-called psychic. He claims to have the ability to control thoughts, communicate with spirits, and even predict the future.
My name is Mark Edward, and they've asked me to come here tonight and take a look at some of your thoughts.
This next demonstration of psychic ability uses a sealed prediction that was mailed to the show's producers weeks in advance.
Good. Now, listen carefully. I want everyone to think of a number between 1 and 1,000. It's a pretty big range. Have you all got one? Say yes. Yes. All right, we're on the same page, so to speak. So now I'm going to ask for some people to help me. This lady here, would you help me out? Do you have a number in mind? Okay, come around here, watch your step. What I have is a pad, and I'm going to give you a pen. And what I want you to do is on the pad, write that number somewhere near the top there, okay? Go ahead and write it. Don't let anyone else see it because I don't want anyone to be influenced by that number. You got it? All right, now, Elsa, we're going to have somebody else. Let's see, who else are we going to have here? This gentleman here, would you mind helping out? Come on down. Did you get a number?
Yes, I did.
But you changed your mind a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Don't do that, okay? You got to stick with one. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Right underneath hers, your number, whatever it is, because we're going to add these up. So right under there, write your number. And by the way, we never met before. You have no idea what's going on. I barely do myself sometimes. That's very good. Give Joey a round of applause. All right. I need one more person. This lady here in the back row, would you mind coming down? I want you to go ahead right on there underneath all the other ones there. Write your number. Very good. Now the important part. By the way, those are your numbers, right? Okay, I'm just making sure. I need someone who really knows how to add. This lady who's laughing, you know how to add? Give her a round of applause right here. Okay? And your name is?
Christy.
Christy, I want you to stand over here, Christy, right over here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the numbers to add, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to give you the pen. And what I want you to do is add them up. And after you've added them up, I want you to say that you've added them up and then stop what you're doing, okay? You got it? It's correct? All right, now just hold it towards yourself like this. All right, now, the final moment, ladies and gentlemen, here is the envelope. And if you would just let's kind of make it just spread out just a little bit so I can get one more person in here. This lady in blue, would you mind helping? Bring her down to the round of applause. Stand right here, if you would. We'll get this together. Take the envelope in your hands. Rip it open. Go ahead and rip the envelope open. And inside you will find another envelope that is sealed. I'd like you to tear that other envelope open. We can just take this and put this here. So I don't want you to read it yet. Just take the yellow slip out, if you would. Don't read it yet. What I'd like this lady to do, in a loud, clear voice, so that everyone can hear it, would you go ahead and read the number, the total that you got?
1,417.
1,417. Would you unfold that and read what I wrote nice and loud so that everyone can hear it? Go ahead.
1,417.
Yeah.
Amazing. But how did he make his prediction come true? The trick is not in the envelope. The envelope and the prediction inside it are real. There's no trickery here. This innocent-looking red pad holds the secret. The third volunteer writes her number, then returns the pad to the psychic. Notice that when the psychic closes the cover, he flips the pad over. This is the key to the trickery. Watch again as he flips the pad. Here are the numbers the audience wrote, but they're not the numbers that will be added by the fourth volunteer. The psychic flips the pad over and reveals the numbers he has previously written, knowing that they will total 1,417.
1,417.
This is one prediction that always comes true. Now let's meet our next psychic.
My name is Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special ability. I am able to make objects move with my mind.
Chris will attempt to demonstrate telekinesis, the ability to move objects with the power of the mind, but he won't do it alone. In order to accomplish this amazing feat, he must harness the mind power of the entire audience.
I've actually never been able to do this effect, so tonight I'm going to give it my best shot, but I'm going to need the help of some people in the audience. In fact, I'm going to come out into the audience for this because I'm going to have everyone focus their attention with me on the objects on the table. So I'm just going to come out here, and could I use your hand? Sure. Great. Could I have your hand? And now I'm going to ask that the entire audience hold each other's hands. Everyone must hold hands. Like I said, this has never worked before, but I want everyone to focus the attention on the table. Concentrate on the table. Everyone must keep their attention and focus on the table. Watch close. Concentrate on the table. Concentrate.
Smashing, wasn't it? But was it some kind of trick? Or did the audience's psychic energy really shatter the glass? Not on your life. The secret is concealed in the table. Hidden between the planks is a thin metal rod with a pointed tip. Look inside the table and you'll see that the rod is attached to a powerful spring. The spring acts like a mousetrap. When released, it snaps the rod up with incredible force, striking the glass. The rod moves so fast that even in slow motion, it's practically invisible to the naked eye. And that's how this trick is done.
Coming up, the amazing secrets of spoon bending. Psychic readings.
Do you know that you have psychic ability yourself?
And talking to the dead.
Stay with me because he has something he wants to say to you. I just have to kind of get around to it.
When Secrets of Psychics Revealed continues.
The classic example of mind over matter is spoon bending, the ability to make an ordinary spoon bend until it breaks, using the power of the mind. Watch again as the spoon bends and breaks into two. How did the phony psychic pull off this scam? Look closely. He begins by selecting a spoon, and he shows us that it's real. What you don't see is that the spoon has actually been pre-cut almost all the way through, allowing it to break easily. The psychic holds the spoon and supposedly focuses his energy on it, but he is actually using his thumb to snap the spoon into two pieces. By concealing the break between his fingers, the audience has no idea that he is simply manipulating the spoon to look like it's bending. Here's what's really happening. By releasing the pressure on the two halves, the psychic is actually letting the pieces of the spoon slip apart, making it appear to melt. Then he merely drops the two pieces. Next, this fake psychic will demonstrate his powers of telepathy, or mind reading.
Right now, I'd like to conduct an experiment in telepathy, simple image transfer. And I'm going to ask someone to draw 3 pictures. It's very simple. Yes, sir, what's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin. Kevin, why don't you do that for me? Just sketch quickly.
This audience volunteer has been asked to draw 3 objects on a board and then concentrate on the images.
Do it clearly. It's easy to transmit with simple pictures, not too much detail. Are you done, Kevin?
I'm complete.
Okay. Kevin, it would help me if you just keep staring at those 3 symbols. It's easier for me to pick it up if you're aware of those 3 symbols, all right? Keep staring at them.
Now, we'll see if the psychic can telepathically read his thoughts.
Okay, I'm getting an image, circular, something circular. It's circle. It's a circle in a circle. It's not a target, though. It's a circle in a circle. I don't know if it could be it looks like a donut or a tire. I'm also getting something that could be kind of heavy. It's solid. It's got pincers at the ends. Looks like a wrench. And then I'm seeing, and I'm thinking Hollywood, I'm thinking star. Star? So is it a star, a donut, a wrench? Is that it?
You had it correct the first time. A star, a tire, and a wrench.
Oh, show that to everyone. Look at that. Hold that still.
An amazing display of telepathic powers. Or is it? Here's what the audience doesn't know. Seated behind the volunteer is an accomplice who helps the psychic pull off this high-tech hoax. As the volunteer draws his 3 objects, the accomplice peeks over his shoulder, getting a clear look at the drawing. Equipped with an earpiece and a hidden microphone, the accomplice whispers the information to the psychic, who is also wearing a hidden listening device.
It's either a donut or a tire.
The audience is so focused on the demonstration of psychic ability that the accomplice barely needs to conceal his bold deception.
Star, donut, wrench.
Now all it takes is some convincing psychic acting, and the volunteer and audience are completely fooled.
Is it
Star, donut,
a star, a donut, a wrench? Oh, show that to everyone. Let me look at that.
The most common form of psychic deception takes place in street corner shops, where psychics give one-on-one readings. When clients pay psychics for personalized readings, they are led to believe that the psychic is gaining her insights by consulting the spirits. But is she? In most cases, she's merely reciting dialogue from a standard script that's used to fool all of her unsuspecting clients.
You give the appearance of a confident person, but inside you do hide those worries and those insecurities.
It's true.
You come off as a confident person. You give the appearance of confidence, but inside you do hide your insecurities and your worries.
That's absolutely right.
Psychics call this technique a cold reading because they don't need to know any advance information about their clients. The script uses universal themes that anyone can relate to, making every innocent victim feel that the psychic is talking about them.
Do you know that you have psychic ability yourself?
Maybe.
Maybe you do. Did you know, Scott, that you have psychic ability?
Yeah, a little. My mom sort of does. I always sort of grew up with that.
Do you know that you have psychic ability yourself?
Kind of. I mean, I
Yes.
don't know on what level or what.
Yes, you
Degree.
know you have it.
These unsuspecting clients don't know that they're hearing the exact same words.
I see some financial concerns. This you want to change. And it has been very strained in this area. But I want you to know that this will improve immediately, in the very immediate future for you.
Like now? Like when?
It's right in front of you, yes, in weeks to come.
Great.
But do these clients really buy into this scam? We hate to say it, but they do.
It was absolutely right on.
Insane. I mean, I couldn't believe how specific and correct she was.
I did feel like her initial reading was very close. As a matter of fact, I didn't disagree with anything that she said.
I felt it was completely accurate and right about me. It was really exciting to hear all that come back. She's great.
A great actress, maybe, but not a real psychic.
Let me just see if anything else will come through.
Next, you'll learn the scams behind psychic healing. Messages from beyond the grave.
Oh my God.
I also feel
and talking to the dead.
spiritual business going on. Like there's somebody looking over your shoulder.
On Secrets of Psychics Revealed. Secrets of Psychics Revealed will return.
Remember, tonight's audience has no idea that they're being tricked by 4 phony psychics who are pretending to have paranormal powers. But you can't be fooled because you know the truth and all of their secrets.
You, sir, in the back row. Come on down.
The psychic has selected a volunteer from the audience and will attempt to read his mind. If he's wrong, this one could get messy. Now, we caution you, don't try this at home.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my psychic ability to read your mind. And for this demonstration, I'm going to be using this very sharp dagger, all right? Do not touch the blade. Leave the sheath on it until I tell you to remove it. Very sharp. This stand with 3 slots, and of course, these 3 cups. What I'm going to ask you to do, Matthew, is to place the handle in one of these 3 slots. All right? After it's safely in place, I want you to carefully remove the sheath, but do not touch the blade. It's very, very sharp. Okay? After you do that, I want you to place these cups over all 3 slots. All right? Do that for me right now. I'm going to turn around. Let me know when you've done that. Place the handle in one of the 3 slots, then cover all 3 slots with the cups. Are you done yet, Matthew?
Almost.
Let me know.
Okay, I'm done.
Great. Matthew, what I want you to do is extend your left hand, touch my fingertips, all right, just like that, and look at me, all right? Now, it's very simple. All you have to do is think of one thing, the cup with the dagger in it, all right? Just hold that picture in your mind, all right? Just the cup and the dagger. Give me that picture. Very important. Give me the picture of the cup with the dagger. Concentrate. Look at me. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Concentrate. This is very important. We have 2 more cups. The cup with the dagger. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Matthew. You did that very well, Matthew. Thank you.
So how did the phony psychic manage to avoid impaling his hand on the very real, very sharp dagger? The secret is hidden in these innocent-looking holes in the wooden box. As you can see, when the knife is placed in one of these 3 slots, it pops out this steel peg, revealing the dagger's location to the psychic. Look inside the box and you'll see the simple mechanism that releases the peg. The dagger is pushed into the slot, triggering the mechanism, and out slides the peg. Now all the psychic needs is a bit of drama,
Ladies and
and
gentlemen.
his telepathic trickery is complete. Next, a demonstration of remote viewing, the ability to visualize distant images using one's psychic powers.
Guided imagery is this idea that you can actually go to a place. It's like in a dream, or it's called remote viewing. And what I want you to do is we're going to go to someplace familiar.
Okay.
So, as a matter of fact, what I want you to do is think of where you live, your environment, because for all of us, that's a pretty personal thing. And I'm going to take a look at your environment, okay? So give me your hand just for a moment. I'm going to try and get a vibration. Okay, we're pulling into your driveway, okay? So go along with me in your mind.
Okay.
Pulling into your driveway. There's a... get out, we're going to go to the right, and there's like a porch. Is there like a long porch?
Yeah.
There's some like hedges.
Yeah.
One of them's bigger. Right when you get out, if I got out of the car, dude, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Green? Why do I see a blue car?
Oh. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I have a blue car.
You have a blue car. Okay, because they were getting out of the blue car. Okay.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Well, that's okay. Okay, so we go down this, this, like, not like a balcony, but we go to the front door, and the front door, boy, now we're standing at the front door, and I feel there's a symbol that's about you. It tells everybody who's standing at that front door, when they see that bell.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Is that, it's a bell? Okay, it's not a doorbell. And it's got a symbol that also I pick up about your car. It's like a, you like horses, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Gosh,
You're horseback ride?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
because it's like a horsey feeling
Yeah.
going in the front door, you know?
Yeah.
So, all right, so now stay with me because we go in the front door. You don't mind if we go in the front door, do you?
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. This is for fun. Just all for fun, all for fun. If we go in, the living room's off to the left. Bedroom's kind of off to the right. Go through to the kitchen. Now, the kitchen is interesting. Look at me right here for a second, because I'm getting the initials JB. Does that mean anything? The initials JB in the kitchen area. It's like JB, and there's like a number 7. Wait! Don't say anything. Two zeros and a 7, and the initials JB. Why am I picking J?
Oh my God.
What is that? What is that I pick up?
I'm not sure. I mean, there's
Go ahead, go ahead.
I have a shot glass that is a James Bond shot glass.
James Bond shot glass. Whoa, okay. A James Bond. Okay, that's good. All right, no. We'll go just a little further. All right, we're going out in the backyard real quick now. Backyard. You just, if you look out the back door, okay, we're looking out the back door. Big tree to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if we're on the patio and we were looking, now look with me out to the left because there's something new. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something you just put in there, like a trellis or something with flowers?
Yeah.
But there's no flowers on it yet.
No.
There will be. Give her a round of applause.
Is this actual proof of psychic ability, or is it just a trick? Here's what really happened. What the volunteer doesn't know is that earlier in the week, the psychic got her name and address from the audience ticket list and sent his accomplice over to her house. The accomplice saw the long porch, the hedges, and the horse on the bell. She sneaked into the backyard and saw the trellis. And pretending to be lost, she even convinced the woman to let her in, where she got a quick look at everything, including the James Bond shot glass.
Go ahead.
I have a shot glass that is a James Bond shot glass.
James Bond shot glass. Whoa, okay.
As in most psychic scams, good information is a psychic's best friend.
I totally thought he was the real deal, that he really could see my house and his psychic vibes. I feel like a lot of television psychics, now I know how they do it. I think that they are running a pretty good con game.
Next, our psychic will attempt a demonstration of psychic healing. But before the healing can begin, he'll have to cause a little damage. To do it, he'll use this surgical steel needle. The needle is very sharp, so under no circumstances should you try this at home. This is one of the most painful displays of psychic ability, and one of the oldest tricks. Before coming on stage, the psychic takes ordinary rubber cement and paints 2 small strips on his arm. He takes the metal rod and appears to pierce his arm, turning away to prevent the audience from witnessing this gruesome sight. Once the arm is turned, he pinches his skin around the rod, and the glued parts of the skin stick together, forming what looks like an impaled forearm. Then he turns back and shows the audience the very convincing illusion. This small black bulb at the end of the rod has been preloaded with fake blood, and on cue, he squeezes out a drop, making the illusion complete. The needle is withdrawn, and as he covers the wound with a cloth, the skin is pulled apart and back to its original condition. Now all that's left is to accept the audience's applause.
Up next, the shocking secrets of telekinesis,
Always focus on the color.
mental telepathy,
The Jack of Hearts. Is that correct?
and talking to the dead.
He wants to know if you still have the baseball card.
On Secrets of Psychics Revealed.
Now the psychic demonstrates his telepathic powers using a blindfold and a rope. First, he has the volunteers select a card.
Just hold the card up high and show it to everyone. Show it to all the different sections of the audience and make sure all the cameras can see it. Slowly show everyone the card. Have you done that?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now place the card in my hand. You can stay right there. And all right. So let me clear my mind. I always focus on the color. I'm getting the color is red. Color is red. It's not a number, it's a picture card. It's the Jack of Hearts. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Wait, show the card to everyone, Karen. It is the Jack of Hearts. Great. Thank you. I'll put the blindfold. Show the card to the audience, Karen. There it is, the Jack of Hearts.
This stunt is easier than it looks. First, the psychic is blindfolded. He can't see a thing. Or can he? On close examination, you can see that the blindfold contains two pieces of stiff cardboard that hold it out and away from the psychic's face. From this angle, you can see that the psychic has a clear view straight down to the floor. Concealed at his feet is the second part of the secret. Hidden in his right shoe are two magnets. The magnets are used to pull out a mirror that's built into the sole of his left shoe. There it goes. Let's watch how easy this is. Looking straight down into the mirror, the psychic can clearly see a reflection of the card as he holds it behind his back. The psychic stands sideways to the audience so that his leg blocks their view of the mirror. Once he's seen the card's identity, the mirror is pushed back in place.
It's the Jack of Hearts. Is that correct?
And his phony psychic ability has worked flawlessly once again. Now, another attempt at moving an object with the power of the mind. This time, the psychic will use simple matchsticks, and the audience volunteers will witness from just a few inches away.
A little closer. If I'm feeling the energy right now, just...
So, did psychic powers cause the matchstick to stand on end? Don't bet on it. Here's what you didn't see. Hidden under the tablecloth is a powerful magnet that's built right into the table. It's the magnet that makes the match move. But that's no ordinary match. Drilled into the wooden core is a thin metal nail. It's the nail that reacts to the magnetic pull, which forces the match to stand upright. A deceptively simple way to appear to be psychic. Psychics who work out of street corner shops use a variety of scams to defraud their clients. This is one of the most common. A client is asked to bring in a treasured possession that belonged to a deceased loved one, usually a ring.
She's asking me to show you something with the ring. Let me...
The psychic supposedly gets a message while clasping the ring in her hands. Mysteriously, the ring then begins to levitate as a sign of communication with the spirit.
Did it just move? It is moving.
Once the woman's confidence is won, the psychic takes out a set of psychic slates, which will allow the spirit to send her a special message from the other side. The psychic shows her client the blank slates and closes them. She then asks for a message from the spirit. When the slates are opened, a very personal thought from the deceased relative has mysteriously appeared.
Oh my God.
The psychic's act is so convincing that the victim is sure to come back again and again, and keep paying again and again. How does this psychic pull off this deception? First, the ring appears to float up the pencil with no visible means of support. Look more closely. From this angle, you can see that an extremely fine human hair runs from the top of the pencil through the air and is attached to the crystal ball. We've replaced the hair with a black thread and adjusted the lighting to show the motion. See how the psychic puts the ring on the pencil and over the thread? Let's watch again as the ring is pushed up by the tension on the thread. The slates are equally clever. During the reading, the client thinks that she's alone with the psychic. She's not. Hidden under the table is an accomplice who listens to their conversation. Using the chalkboard slates and the information the client has provided, he writes a personalized message. When the message is complete, he covers it with a black card that fits perfectly in the frame and covers his writing. Now the preloaded slates are placed within easy reach, and the handoff goes unnoticed by the unsuspecting victim.
These slates I've had since I was a child.
The psychic shows that the two slates are blank. What the client doesn't know is that the message is hidden beneath the black card. The psychic stacks the slates and flips them over. This is when the trickery occurs. When the slates are flipped, the fake black top moves from the bottom slate into place, inside the other. Now the writing is uncovered and ready to be revealed, and the personalized ghostly message appears.
What does this say? Dad and I are so proud of
And
you,
that's how
Mom.
you receive a message from the grave.
Oh my God.
Some psychics claim to use the power of their mind to generate extreme heat. In this demonstration, the psychic uses an ordinary steel coil. So does the psychic really use the power of his mind to turn the cold steel coil red hot? Look closely, and you'll see the coil isn't really hot at all. It's just painted to look that way. Black on the front, red on the back. When the illusion begins, the audience sees the black front of the coil. By slowly rotating the coil with his fingers, the psychic spins the red-painted backside of the coil into view. To cool it off, the psychic merely spins it back to black again. Not so hot, after all.
Next up, the secrets to moving objects with the mind and talking to the dead.
There's some like unfinished spiritual business going on.
When Secrets of Psychics Revealed returns. Secrets of Psychics Revealed will continue.
For his next demonstration, this psychic will use his telekinetic power on an ordinary dollar bill. Watch. As usual, the most simple psychic tricks are also the most devious. As the bill folds, the audience doesn't see the fishing line that is hidden beneath the psychic's hands. The line actually starts at the ring on his left hand. It travels up his sleeve, across his back, down his right arm, and attaches to the dollar in a zigzag pattern. The folding bill is actually controlled by the forward movement of his left hand. As his hand moves forward, it pulls on the string, causing the bill to fold. Pretty impressive, even when you know the secret. Communicating with spirits, channeling messages from the dearly departed has become very popular. Is it for real? You be the judge.
Now, John, I want you to think in your mind about maybe somebody who's passed over to the other side. And I don't want it to be an uncomfortable feeling. I want you to just sort of consider it. And I'll tell you what I'm picking up, okay? First thing I'm thinking about is, you know, it's been some time since this person passed over. Is that true? And this person was taken out really quick. It was totally unexpected. It wasn't a long illness. It was, yeah, it was a
Car accident.
Car accident. See, I'm sorry, but stay with me, because he has something he wants to say to you. I just have to kind of get around to it. So, car accident, and I get the number 7 and 8. That's how close the two of you were, because it was a team that you were on.
Yeah.
You were 7 and he was 8.
Actually, I was 8 and
He was 7. Okay, yeah. So that Little League. Okay, that's what I was getting, because I was seeing something that was that he's asking you to remember. Okay, and it's a very specific thing. He really wants to know. He wants to know if you still have the baseball card that he gave you. Is that making sense? There was a baseball card.
Yes, there was a baseball card.
You still have it?
Still.
Well, he's happy that you do. Thanks for helping me out. I hope I didn't.
That communication with the other side was pretty convincing, wouldn't you say? Let's watch another.
There's some like unfinished sort of almost spiritual business going on. Like there's somebody looking over your shoulder, and you. Yeah. Is that true? Don't tell me. Let me. It has to do with a family member who passed on. And again, I don't like to get too into this, but would it be your grandfather?
Yeah.
So, very strong personality, very strong-willed. Let me see if I can get his name. Okay. So I want you to concentrate on it. Don't move your lips. That makes it easier for me to get it. Okay. It's like I was getting the name Phil. Is there a P-N and L? Paul?
Yeah.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, here's what Paul wants to say. I'm not going to say he's standing behind you or anything like that, but he's saying that you have to do the things that he wasn't able to do. Okay? So thanks for helping out. I appreciate it. Give him a round of applause. Thanks, Patrick.
That may look real, but it's not. So how do these phony psychics channel messages from the dead and read the thoughts of their audience members? The answer lies in what happened before the show. While waiting in line outside the studio, Patrick was approached by this man. Though he seemed to be just another audience member, he was actually one of the psychic's accomplices, gently digging for personal information. And what about John? He's unaware that he's also being grilled by an accomplice who's an expert at secretly gathering personal information. The stories that the accomplices obtain are put onto audience information cards, and the most compelling ones are color-coded. Matching colored tape is then put on predetermined seats in the audience. The psychic memorizes the stories, finds the matching colored tape in the audience, and is ready to communicate secret messages from the dead.
You know, for me, it was like there's a big part of me that wanted to believe. I genuinely and sincerely wanted to believe that I was going to get to talk to my grandfather. And then ultimately, I was really let down.
More when Secrets of Psychics Revealed continues.
Tonight, with the help of 4 actors posing as psychics, we've exposed some of the classic tricks used by phony psychics, flim-flam artists, and street corner hustlers. From sleight of hand to dime store magic tricks, the way they pull off their scams is embarrassingly simple. So the next time you watch a psychic read someone's mind or communicate messages from the dead, remember, seeing is not necessarily believing once you know their secrets.